Welcome to the DBMS question session. Um, Now I will be explaining about the question set 2. First, I will explain the question. Uh, the board of directors of Sandun Productions has decided to include all of their company information in a computer software. The software was commissioned by Thamindu Soft. You are the senior software engineer of this software development company, and your team has been assigned to create the database. Create the database needed to store information in this software. So basically, we need to create a database for Sandun Productions as the Thilina Gayatra Soft company. And first of all, they ask us to use Sanduna Production DB for the name of the database. And secondly, they have asked to create a table called employee to store employee information. And this is the table with the data type for each attribute and also the length for each attribute. Thirdly, they have asked to create a table named product to store product information, and this is the products table. And the fourth and last, they have asked the steps we can take to stop data repeat in the product table above. So they have asked about data normalization here, and first of all I will do the first three, and then I will explain how we can do database normalization, this fourth part. Now, for the ease of explaining this question, I will use MySQL Workbench, this DBMS. First of all, we can create a new model, and then we can name the model or the schema, and they asked us to name it as Sanduna Production DB, and then we can click on rename references here, and then they will inform us that it has been changed to Sanduna Production DB, like so. And then over here we can create a new diagram, a new VR diagram, and then we will first now create a table. First, they have asked us to create a table named employee. This is the employee table, and for the first attribute they have given emp reg no. This is a primary key, and they have set the data type of that to be a variable char with the length of 10, and I'll set it to pk. Then we have the first name. I'll set that also to not null, so that the record cannot be a null value. And then we have the last name. Then we have the gender with a length of 10. Then we have the contact now with the length of 10. Now I have created all the attributes for that table. Then we can close it from here. Now we can see the employee table, and in the second question they have asked us to create another table. Double click on it like so, and then we can name it. They have asked us to create a product table, and product ID. This will be the primary key here also. A variable char data type with a length of 10. Then the product name with a length of 45. Last, we will have a brands attribute with also a variable char with a length of 45. These are the two tables, and in the fourth question they have asked us what are the steps you can take to stop data repeat in the products table. So they have asked us to normalize this products table, to normalize only the products table, and when we are considering this normalization, now the main point where data repeat can occur here is this brands attribute here, because there can be the same brand for a number of products, and likewise. So the best thing we can do is create another table as a brands table, like so. Now I'm basically trying to make a relationship with these two tables, and I will have an ID, preferably brand ID, to be primary key, and I will set the data type to int, and with auto increment on, and then I will set the brand name here, or you can just keep it set as brand with not null, and then from this table I will remove this brands attribute that I created previously. Now when we are considering this product and brands table, we must link them each to make a relationship between them, and when we consider a product and a brand can have many products. Like for example, if we take an Apple brand, the Apple brand has many products like phones, TVs, and likewise. And but when we consider specific product, that specific product, let's say an Apple iPhone, that will have only one brand when we are considering a specific product. So this will be a many to one relationship, and to create that relationship we will need to press this and click on products table and then on brands table. This will create non-identifying many to one relationship likewise, and now we have a relationship with this both these tables between them, and now the data repetition, the repeating data will be reduced, and this is also a normalization of databases, is what we call database normalization. Now finally we can create the database by clicking on database and clicking on forward engineer, and then we can click next, and then it will create the required table. You can close it, and then we will need to refresh the schemas by clicking here, and then we will have our created table like here. branch table, the employee table, and the products table.